Dear colleague, with this short film we would like to show you how a smartphone can be a natural companion in our lives. The purpose is not to demonstrate all the smart functions and solutions that we can devise, but rather to describe how we can benefit from a smartphone in our everyday lives. So please join us on an ordinary day in the life of Michael Roberts. Geneva, Switzerland, Monday morning. Had a few minutes to check my email before I dashed. That's easily done since I got my smartphone. I just open it up, dial the number to my office network server, and there they are. That morning there was a message from my colleague John. His flight would arrive at noon. This was good news. John could make it, and Beth from our local office in Italy was also coming. Suddenly I heard them talking about John King on the telly. I have a passion for books, and John King's a great author. I had to remember the title. Pen and paper? Of course not. I recorded a voice memo on my smartphone. Noon. After lunch, I was preparing for our meeting with Altman Corporation at 3 o'clock. I got the latest sales figures and some other documents from Beth. I didn't really think I'd find anything new, but I was wrong. In one document, I found an interesting reference to an internet site. I took my smartphone, wrote the address with a stylus, and checked it out. Our largest competitor had made considerable losses on the Asian market due to bad investments and miscalculations. This could be an opening for us. "3 o'clock. The meeting had started and everybody was there, except John. Somehow Beth and I weren't surprised. Don't get me wrong, I like John, he's very competent, but always late. Peter and Susan from Altman were getting a bit impatient. Then he called.
Mike?
"It's John! Put me on the speakerphone,"
Yeah,
he yelled, quite breathless. So I placed the smartphone on the table and we got on with the meeting.
From now on. So, good morning, everybody.
Because we have to change the concept.
Despite the fact that his rental car had broken down, John had done a great job, and the meeting turned out very well.
Okay, John, I want you to write down these ideas and send them over to me tomorrow. Did you take care of these copies now for this afternoon? Good.
4:30. The meeting was over, and it was time to say goodbye. We'd decided to follow up this meeting with a new one in London the coming month. Meanwhile, we'd stay in touch. Susan didn't use paper business cards, so she beamed over a digital card to my smartphone. Straight into my address book.
Oh, I see. You have an office in Dallas, too.
Yeah.
Maybe see you there.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
6 p.m. Beth took me to her favorite restaurant. We mostly talked business and agreed to arrange a phone conference the following week. I made a note about it in my smartphone calendar. It's a good thing you can turn off the phone and still use the calendar function, especially in places where you're expected to keep your phone switched off. Monday evening at the airport. Beth was flying to Singapore that night and I was going back to London. She stopped at a bookstore to find some literature. I called England and ordered a taxi to pick me up at the airport. Then I remembered John King. What was the name of his new book? I picked up my smartphone and listened to the voice memo I'd recorded earlier that morning. It had been a good trip. In many ways.